So who's been watching this tournament on ESPN2? How awesome is that, ladies and gentlemen? Live bass fishing, not just online, but live on ESPN2. It really, truly is incredible. And if you've been watching, you know your leader going out today was Alabama's very own Scott Canterbury. We got any Scott Canterbury fans in the house? Dozen or so? It's good. I hope you're louder than that when he comes out here. But Scott Canterbury is going to be out here in a little while. We started with 88 anglers, cut it down to 40. That's how our events work. We fished the first 2 days with a full field. And then on the third day, we cut it down to 40. And then on the final day, only the top 10 anglers go out and compete. And that's what we've had going on here today. This, of course, the DEWALT Bassmaster Elite at Eufaula, our title sponsor for this event, DEWALT, and we want to thank them for supporting this, a great event, and being our title sponsor. And our anglers are not just fishing for the traditional blue trophy and $100,000. There is an incredible DEWALT tool prize pack that they'll be getting, our champion will be getting as well. And we want to thank DEWALT for their incredible support and making this all possible. Guys, I want to remind you that Bassmaster, we are back up and running, and after this week, we'll be heading to Oklahoma, not for the Bassmaster Elite Series, but we'll be heading to Muskogee, I believe, in Oklahoma for the Opens, and that is the next Open that's coming up, and that'll be next week. Next for the Elite Series, we head way up north. We head up to New York, and then after our New York swing, we head over to Michigan, and obviously the season is very, very different this time around. Normally, the tail end of the season when we do the New York swing, normally by that time, everybody, it's the last few events. But what we're going to do this year, because we've had to change things, we're going to head north, and then come the fall, we'll head back down south and finish our events with a few different events. One obviously being Toyota Texas Fest. We're going to go back to Lake Fork this year. Lake Fork, always such a celebrated fishery, and we can't wait to get there and get this season going. We got our anglers just getting ready to come out here in just a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to thank you. You look around here, you see so many great companies. People watching, you wonder what happens with a crowd. Are we going to have a crowd here? State Park is open, and it was State Park rules, but they're asking you guys, obviously, to socially distance. As you can see, you got families sitting together, and we want to thank you for that. But we want to thank all the great companies. If you look at all these great companies here, and I'll just take a quick moment and go through them. Toyota, Nitro, Abu Garcia, Power Pole, Berkeley, Ranger, Humminbird, Skeeter, Mercury, Talon, Minn Kota, and Yamaha. Those fine companies are a major reason that the Bassmaster is what it is. And we've got some of those great companies with us. We've got Skeeter, Yamaha, I know they're here. We've got Ranger, Yamaha here. Great to have Ranger back with Bass after all these years. I want to thank them all for coming out here and supporting this great event. Trip, we just about ready to get going? Or?
We're close, Dave. I mean, the anglers are coming up now, but you thank Eufaula, and I want to thank especially Mayor Jack Tibbs and the Eufaula Chamber. As I explained on day one, this tournament was originally scheduled for April. Then the whole COVID-19 thing hit, and it went to December, back to November, and back to this week. So we appreciate them working with us. All the tournament organizations basically had their tournaments, our tournaments, were compressed into about 6 months. Obviously, you don't want to be in the deep south in July and August, and so we're glad to get it done. We appreciate them, Dave. You talked about DEWALT. We appreciate them. I want to thank our staff. I want to thank the anglers. I want to thank the marshals for keeping distancing this week. It's been a challenge just to figure out the process. We didn't know if day one's weigh-in, day two weigh-in would look like day one's weigh-in, but it did. It actually worked pretty well. I had to remind the anglers, if you're within 6 feet, cover your face. And I want to preach to all my fellow Alabamians here and my friends from over in native Georgia, next door in Georgia and anywhere else across the country. You guys, you've seen the news. You've seen what's happened in Alabama. We had 850 cases yesterday alone. Protect yourself. What we preached to the anglers, we said, we're going to do everything within our power to protect ourselves. We're going to trust you to protect yourself. Thereby, we're protecting each other. We all are so glad to be back to some sense of normalcy, but now it's warm weather. People are getting out. They're going to the beach, coming to the lake, whatever. Be smart and protect yourself. Social distancing out here if you need be. We need to whip this thing. We need to get that curve headed back down. So, but Dave, it's great to be here. It's great to be back in Eufaula. I grew up in Montgomery, heard the old tales of Eufaula back in the late 60s and early 70s. You like snakes? You like snakes?
I hate, no, none.
Well, the old timers told me, and there's probably some in the crowd here, there used to be balls of snakes on these trees in this standing timber. Now, that was before the gators, okay? But they said this was probably the snakiest place you would ever go in your world, but the fishing was off the charts. I went down to Eufaula Marina this morning and looked at some of the old photos. Really cool. But this lake, you know, it's cyclical like a lot of lakes, but right now it is as good as any lake in the country. And a lot of tournaments, it gets a lot of pressure, but man, there are a lot of fish out there. And brush piles and ledges, and it's changed. I haven't fished down here in about 20 years, and it's amazing to me how much shoreline cover there is. So there's everything that an angler wants down here. It's great to be back.
Let's talk about something bizarre that they have here. I mean, because I think if you lived here, you're just like, that's just, I mean, I live close to Niagara Falls, so I take it for granted. I drive past it, don't even look at it half the time. But if you travel around the country, you'll see a lot of things, but it's not often you see, I don't know, a 10, 12, 13-foot gator, that thing there's gator. I mean, where I'm from, it's cold, but at least dinosaurs are extinct. There is an actual dinosaur that swims around right here at check-in. Is that normal, Trip?
No, it's not normal. But they actually, I think there are about 5 that live in this basin. I saw the little ones hang out towards the dike out there. They're smart. And there are 2 grown ones right here. They actually got in a fight yesterday. I mean, they came running in a trailer. Come look at this, and they were coming out of the water. And they went under, and you could see all the bubbles and the ruckus, and one of them came up, and I don't know if he was battered or beaten or what, but they're back out there today. So, but it's amazing. There's some big gators in this place. Alabama has a gator hunt every year. I think it's in August. It's a lottery, and some of the biggest gators have been caught on this lake right here. Really, Lake Eufaula, Millis Ferry over in Camden, Alabama, and then the Mobile Delta. Those are the big gator areas in the state of Alabama. This place is full of them.
Full of them, and also full of some giant fish. Who watched Bassmaster Live this afternoon? If you watched Bassmaster Live this afternoon, you saw a show, and they're catching them in a big, big way. But before we bring in our anglers and let them weigh fish, we always start off our weigh-in with the same thing, and that is with our leader, and he just happens to be from Alabama, so I need you to get really, really loud. He is the reigning and defending Elite Series Angler of the Year, Scott Canterbury. Scott, this is the part of the job which you probably don't like. I mean, there's parts of our job that you like, you know, like when Trip hands you trophies, you like that part, I know. But this is the part where we kind of make you stand on pins and needles, and we've been watching you today, but I don't so much want to speak about today. I want to talk to you about this opportunity. I mean, to come home as you know. I shouldn't say come home. You've been home for months. We've all been home for months. But to be home this year, you know, reigning champion as Angler of the Year. The one thing missing last year was a blue trophy. You went out with the lead this morning. How did that feel?
It felt great, you know. I mean, but I knew going into it that I was going to have to catch them all 4 days. I gave it my best out there today. We'll just have to see. I'm sure it's going to be really close because these guys, I know they caught them, but you know, at least I had a little bit of a lead. You know, it's a great start to the year after a good start down in Florida. Keep the momentum going. We were off for a while. I fished 3 or 4 days a week. I probably fished more than anybody in the Elite Series, I know, during the off time. So at least I stayed making good decisions and stuff.
Great to have you back here, and great to hear you spent that much time in the water. Tell me, you know, you've had a lot of time to sit back and look at Angler of the Year. You know, that's such a great accomplishment. Most would say the greatest accomplishment in fishing. Tell me, what does that feel now that you've had time to look back on it? Or is it one of those situations where the new season started, you don't even think about that anymore until the off season?
Yeah, you know, it was great. You know, it's life-changing for sure. It was a lifelong accomplishment, a goal that, you know, everybody as a competitor and an angler strives to do, but you know, we're looking for another one now, so that's in the past. We got to just keep striving forward and looking for tomorrow.
I'm going to give you that opportunity coming up here, but one opportunity I want to give you before we go any further is so many great companies got you here. Give them an opportunity to thank them before we get this weigh-in officially started.
I mean, there's a ton. I mean, I couldn't do it without my sponsors for sure. I mean, you can start just everybody on my shirt. I mean, from my glasses, Coastal sunglasses, Plum One in Moody, Alabama helps me out there. Great plumbing company. Bagley Lures, man, that's just unbelievable. They're coming back into the game again. Dirty Jigs, I caught fish on them this week. Halo rods, big deal. You know, I built a Signature Series rods during the off season. Been using them all week. Caught most of my fish on a Scott Canterbury Signature Series rods this week. Everybody needs to check them out. P-Line, the best line on the market. Ardent Reels. It's everybody. It's a big team effort. It's like a family. So I mean, everybody makes it possible. You couldn't do it without it, and I couldn't do it without my family and support at the house.
Well, I know your family's here today, and they'd love to party with you this evening. I'm going to let you go get backstage, get comfortable. Let's hear it for your tournament leader, Scott Canterbury. Now we're ready to weigh some fish. Are you guys ready? No. I said, are you ready? Let's get ready to weigh our very first angler, an FLW Tour champion, an Elite Series rookie. Get loud for Buddy Gross. Took a tour level win on the FLW Tour, and oh boy, somebody went to the Piggly Wiggly and came back with a whole sack full today. Wow. Had 56 pounds, 13 ounces, looking for 710 to take the lead. 27 pounds, 11 ounces, 27-11, and Buddy Gross is your brand new leader. Wow. Good Lord. Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. Boom, shakalaka, giant bass. And since, Buddy, my specialty may be cheese, so I'm going to be the first one to say it. That bag was absolutely gross, my friend. You are leading this event.
All I can say is God gets all the glory. I made some decisions today that I don't know where they come from. We just did a good job.
27 pounds, 11 ounces gives you 84 pounds and 8 ounces. Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. You went out in 10th place twice last season. We saw a big comeback from 10th place. Anything can happen, but you got 9 incredible anglers ahead of you. How did you do it today?
You know, I started off kind of slow this morning. I run some new brush probably for the first 2 hours, didn't get a bite. And I said, you know, we've been fishing deep brush. I decided to go to shallow brush, and the first one I pulled up on was one of those big fish. And I said, this is going to be the deal. So we started running it, and I come back up and hit that brush pile again this afternoon and caught another big one. So it's been great.
It's been incredible watching you compete here. Your second Elite Series event, already in the top 10. You got to be happy with the way this restart went for you.
Oh, I'm absolutely fired up. I mean, I've always wanted to fish with you guys, and this is kind of a dream come true, and it's happening. I love it. Look at the crowd. I mean, we've all done great. Bass, give a big shout out to you guys for doing a great weigh-in for the last 4 days. I'm just glad to be here and see how it's going to turn out. There's a lot of good fishermen, a lot of big fish back there waiting to be weighed.
Well, you don't have to go anywhere because you're going to be the first angler joining us in our hot seat. Have a seat there. As he joins our hot seat, let's hear it for your tournament leader, Buddy Gross. Whew, what a way to start a weigh-in. Let's keep him rolling through. A 3-time FLW Tour Angler of the Year from Texas, Clark Wendlandt. Clark Wendlandt started the day with 57 pounds and an ounce due to the gross bag delivered by Buddy. He needs 27 pounds to take the lead. 18.4 moves into second. 9 pounds, 4 ounces short of the overall lead. 75 pounds and 5 ounces. A great few days at the office. Clark, going to weigh that for Phoenix Boats, a big bass. 6'3", not going to take over from the 6'13" that Buddy already weighed in. And, man, I mean, when you see that happen ahead of you, I mean, does it make it a little less painful?
Well, I mean, first of all, great job. I mean, you know, that's awesome. You catch a bag like that from 10th. I mean, 10th is a magical spot. Last year, it seems like 2 tournaments, 10th came all the way back and won. So I was in 9th. Yeah, maybe I should have been 10th. I don't know. But, yeah, it was, I had a great week, though. I mean, I just went fishing today and kind of fished differently, ran brush piles. A lot of them I didn't know. I idled and found some new ones. And I still had a great day. I mean, I caught a lot of fish today, but just not, you know, not the magical day. When you're that far back, you got to have one of those magical days. But Lake Eufaula was great to me this week. I enjoyed the heck out of it and look forward to coming back. Watching
you on live, it really seemed like you won the numbers game. I mean, you really were catching huge numbers of fish, especially earlier in the week. What were you doing different that was allowing you to catch so many more numbers of fish?
I mean, I just found a lot of brush piles. I mean, I thought brush was going to be the deal. I fished tournaments here. It always seems like this lake, this time of year, offshore is the deal. And even though the water was high up in that water wheel, I just didn't think that it would work. And turns out I was right. And you just had to be offshore. There's a lot of bait in this lake, and those fish want to be offshore when it gets hot.
I want to congratulate you on another great finish on the Elite Series. Let's hear it for Clark Wendlandt.
Appreciate it.
That was a big one, buddy.
That's a big one.
Let's keep it rolling. Our next angler, the reigning and defending Elite Series, a former Elite Series, a Rookie of the Year, an Elite Series champion, Drew Benton. Oh, another giant sack of fish. He needs 26-13. 24 pounds, 8 ounces, 24-8, and another giant bag here on Championship Saturday, the very first Championship Saturday of the Bassmaster Elite Series. We've had Championship Sunday and, of course, Championship Monday. This, the first Championship Saturday, and a former Toyota Texas Fest champion and Elite Series Rookie of the Year, Drew Benton. $82 pounds and 4 ounces. Drew, I think it was about a year ago you moved about an hour from here, and I'll bet you're thinking that's a pretty good decision, especially with this week in mind.
Yeah, you know, this lake, it's been good to me in the spring, but this time of year it always tends to kick my butt, and I spent a lot of time for this time of year and looking around trying to find those places where they lived, and it just kind of paid off for me this week. Hats off, buddy. I mean, when you catch a sack like that, you deserve to win, man. That's a heck of a bag this time of year. When I woke up this morning, my batteries weren't charged. I run the best batteries in the business with Battleborn, but I was kind of worried about running my research all day, and Power Pole Charge really saved me today. It kept those batteries, it moves power around, and it has a jump system, so you can jump those batteries off if you actually die. That's a big deal for me this week, and you know, I just can't complain. I had a good week and left it all on the line today and just came up a little short.
A great finish, no matter what way you look at it, and heading north after this. How you feeling about getting up there? A little cooler weather and a different time, you know, a different place in the schedule, which may make people fish a little different.
Yeah, I'm just excited to be back fishing, man. I missed it, I really did, and this was a good one to get kicked back off, and every time we go up north, the fishing's just phenomenal, and I can't wait to get back up there.
Congrats on a great finish. Always awesome to have you here. Here's the guy we already tried to introduce. From one Drew to another, he is the reigning and defending Elite Series Rookie of the Year from Florida, Drew Cook. From Florida, Drew Cook. Hold on. I don't know if you guys realize this, but we've been off for about 3 months and we're a little rusty, right? This is just kind of a dress rehearsal. So just give us a second. We'll fix this and we will bring him out here in just 1 second. One more time. I didn't think you cheered loud enough, so we're going to do it again. From Florida, Drew Cook. Drew Cook, third time is a charm. At 60 pounds and 2 ounces to start today. Needs 24/7. 5 fish for 18 pounds and 3 ounces. He moves into third place currently. £78 and 5 ounces. You're sitting in third place, Drew. And I mean, took you a while to get out here, but I'm glad you're here now. I don't know what was happening back there, but man, you get out on the final day, you know, championship day. Anything can happen, and as you saw right there, I mean, does that make it a little easier when you see that kind of weight hit the scale?
Yeah, I mean, it's never easy. It never feels good, but it makes it feel better. You know, I fished really hard this week, and I know that me and Benton, we put in a tremendous amount of time out here, idling, graphing, looking for these piles. Like I said yesterday, I hardly made any casts in practice, and it's tough. It's terrible. It sucks. You're in the sun, you know, getting burnt, you're not catching anything. You really don't know what you have until the tournament happens, but you know, it was awesome. I got to say hey to all my friends and family that are here. I think the loudest cheering crowd, except for Bill Lowen. Bill Lowen's wife wins that one. But all the people back at home, all the rock bottom people that are fishing offshore tournament today, I appreciate everything. I caught all my fish this week on a 7-inch big bite suicide shad or a 10-inch B2 big bite worm, either nickels, swim jig, and brush piles, or a 1-ounce spinnerbait. That was pretty much what I did all my damage on, these brush piles, you know, hit multiple spots. Obviously not the same ones that Buddy hit today, but, you know, I'm just glad to be back. I was tired of sitting at home twiddling our thumbs and everything, but I'm looking forward to the next swing, getting back into the swing of everything and all that. What? My 90
I had a surprise for you, but the surprise has already arrived. Your 95-year-old grandfather. How awesome is that? I was saving that surprise, but evidently the photographers didn't want to wait. But so that's amazing. Your 95-year-old grandfather right there.
He's been to the Classic, and now he's been here. And then Orlando at 9 o'clock this morning.
Sir, can I ask you a question? If you and him, when you and him go fishing, you beat him, don't you? You won't take him fishing.
He's a golfer. I go golfing with him.
Okay, when you go golfing, you beat him, don't you?
Absolutely, he beats me when we golf.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Not to your grandfather, but all the grandparents that take us all out fishing, golfing, or whatever we enjoy to do. All right. A 2-time Bassmaster winner from San Jose, California, the Zal Dangerous one, Chris Aldain. £58 and 2 ounces to start the day. Unfortunately, one short of a limit. You only need 26 pounds and 7 ounces in those 4 fish. 11 pounds, 15 ounces. He moves into 5th place with 70 pounds and an ounce. And how about Buddy Gross?
Hey, that's the story of the day, no doubt. I had a bad day, but an awesome week. And I just want to thank everyone for tuning in and hanging out, coming to the weigh-ins here. I guess quarantine's officially over, or no, maybe. But yeah, you know, it's so hard to win one of these things 4 days in a row. And today I knew I needed magic, and I fished all new water today. I just kept trying to get something going, trying to weave in and out of the boats, and just nothing really clicked. So I was just playing with 3 points going into today in 7th place. And yeah, you know, it's just everyone, thanks for coming out. Dave, it's good to see you again, and I'm just so glad we're back on track. And thank you to Bass for giving us a full schedule, and it's going to be a heck of a season, a heck of a rest of the year.
Thank you for doing everything you do. Let's hear it for Chris Aldain. It is tough to win one of these, but this guy won 2 last year. He's a 2-time Elite Series champion, a classic qualifier from Newport, New York, Jamie the Hammer Hartman. 58 pounds and 15 ounces as of this morning. 5 fish to add to that here today. 15 pounds and 8 ounces. Gives him into 5th place currently with 74 pounds and 7 ounces. Let's hear it for Nitro Mercury Pro, Jamie the Hammer Hartman with 74 pounds and 7 ounces. Jamie, I mean, a couple of these last year, and it's just so amazing to look back, to win 2 of these in one season. But it never gets old getting a shot to go out. And I know, I mean, you started the 10th, coming from 10th to come back, the trend what we've seen the last year. And but Buddy just followed the game plan, I guess, so far.
It was funny because last night I seen Scott and Matt Airy at dinner, and I almost, when I was walking out, I wanted to go up to him and say, man, I'll let you win tomorrow because I'm not sitting in 10th. I'm kind of glad I didn't say that.
Tell me about your week. I mean, Buddy's had an amazing week, but nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, not going to finish in the first spot, but you're top 10, a great week, and should be celebrated.
I am so happy to get by this tournament. This was a mystery for me. It was, it was and it wasn't, because they were going to be offshore, which is what I like to do, so it was ledge fishing. And, man, I'm just so happy to get back to work. I love to get out here and fish and get everybody back into the sport again. I mean, look at this crowd. It's insane. This is what we do it for, man. This is awesome. Thank you. It's crazy good. I appreciate it. And I want to thank all my sponsors that stuck by me through all this stuff that we had going on. And I mean, that's true team right there. I mean, it just shows how much they stick by you when you stick by them.
Really is amazing, and great to have you here in the Elite Series. Of the 3 events going ahead in New York, I mean, if you had to pick one, which is the one we got to watch you most on?
Cayuga, Champlain, St. Lawrence Road.
All right, okay. We'll pick you in fantasy fishing. Big celebration. Let's hear it for Jamie the Hammer Hartman.
Thank you.
It's tough to win 2 in 1 year, but we had 2 guys do it last year, and this is the next one. From Greenwood, South Carolina, a 2-time Elite Series champion, the COBB, Brandon Cobb. $59 pounds, 8 ounces, needs 25-1 to take the lead. Away from Buddy Gross.
Cobb.
Looking for 25-1. 5 fish all alive, 20 pounds even. He moves into 3rd place with 79 pounds and 8 ounces.
I look bigger than that.
Let's hear it for the COBB, Brandon Cobb. Current leader is Buddy Gross at 6:13. He weighed in earlier. That at 5'7", not going to take it over. But watching live today, it started to go off a little bit.
Yeah,
but
it's been like that every day. It's been like flurries. Like all day is kind of rough. Like it seems like they're not biting, which obviously they are. But it's been kind of rough for me all day. And then I hit one flurry, and today I hit one flurry at about 11, 12 o'clock maybe, and caught 3 or 4 big ones and jumped off a big one. I was like, it's about to start happening, and then it shut off just as fast as it started because I caught 20 pounds in about 45 minutes. And then hit a bunch of places and couldn't put it back together. It's cool. I threw Yozuri crankbait a lot today. I've caught some on all week. The wind really helped them bite it today, though. A new Zoom worm, a mag U-tail. It's actually coming out soon, a new Zoom worm. Had a great time this week. Anytime you can catch 19 to 20 every day, it's a good lake and it's a fun week.
This lake going into this, everybody said it was all going to be offshore. And we've seen a lot offshore, but Shallow seemed to play a lot bigger than people predicted. Was that because of the rain leading into it? What's your take on that?
I definitely think it was the high water. The moon is not, I mean, it's not a full moon, but it's a little bit of a moon. Mayflies are hatching. There's some brim beds. Actually, a lot of the fish I caught were on brim beds, but offshore brim beds. There's a lot of brim beds in like 6 to 10 foot here, and I caught a lot of fish off that. But there's a lot happening shallow that is just things are hatching for fish to eat. And I'm kind of kicking myself. I fish shallow. That's what I do. And this week, I spent all 3 days of practice idling. And that's what I did, which it worked out. I mean, it's a good tournament, but maybe could have had some bonus fish up shallow.
Great tournament, great finish, no matter what way you look at it. Let's hear it for Brendan Cobb. Buddy, before we bring up the next guy, I mean, you're doing good here, aren't you?
Woo. I don't know if I'm doing great or not, but I'm hanging in.
The longer you sit there, the more you get paid, my friend. But this one is a scary one. He's a 2-time FLW Tour champion from Shelby, North Carolina. Team Toyota's Matt Airy. Had 59 pounds and 14 ounces. He's bringing us a 5-fish limit. We're looking for 24-11. 16 pounds, 11 ounces. Moves into 5th place, 8 pounds short of the overall lead because of the ridiculous weight weighed in by Buddy Gross. Went out in 10th this morning, and he is our tournament leader with 2 anglers left to weigh. Matt, I'm feeling, I mean, I don't know, I can't read your mind, but I'm feeling like you had a great day, had a fun day. It was all going good until you idled into the dock and heard about the buddy bombs that went off today.
Well, that makes me feel a little bit better because I didn't execute very well this week. But, you know, that's a heck of a bag, man. If he comes back from 10th and ends up winning this thing, that's like the 4th time in the past 2 years. And to do that, you have to catch a mega bag. And Buddy did that today, and kudos to him. I'd be lying if I said I'm not pulling for Canterbury because him and I are roommates. But at the same time, Buddy's a great guy, and if he gets it, you know, he deserves it. I mean, he won it. You know, I don't think Scott can lose it today. If he wins it, he won it. So.
Talk to me about your week. You had a great week. It's not going to be the one where you leave with the title, but a great finish, and got to be happy to get back to work.
It is, man. It's really a blessing that we're able just to be out here fishing, and this crowd out here, man, it's amazing. I just looked up. I've been kind of staring at the ground or something, but pretty awesome. And you know, the coverage that you guys did this week, ESPN2, man, that was pretty awesome. And you know, it's been a great week. 2 top 10s to start the year. Can't complain. We get to go up north next, and who doesn't like going up north in the summertime and catching those big smallmouth? And looking forward to the year, man. Great start to the year. Eufaula is fishing ridiculous right now. I mean, if anybody wants to get out here and catch just tons of 2 to 4 pound fish, this is the place to come right now. I mean, I'd put it right there at the top, and I said this yesterday. It's fishing unbelievable right now.
I want to congratulate you on another great finish. Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. His first season on the Bassmaster Elite Series. He's a Bass Pro Shops Bassmaster Open champion from Wisconsin, Caleb Kuppel. 60 pounds and 3 ounces. 5-fish dad, that's 17-1. He moves into 5th place. Hold him high and get loud. Left the dock in 2nd place this morning. Caleb, I know whenever you go out, you know, in the position you went out, the goal is to win. But young Elite Series career, and you can't feel bad leaving town with a finish like this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, it's just incredible. I think I got a brand new favorite fishery. I mean, this place is just amazing. You know, the amount of big fish that come out of here, and numbers too. It's just absolutely amazing. Especially, I mean, there must have been, I don't know how many boats out there today. You know, there was another tournament going out with the recreational traffic and everything. Just, you know, that this place can pump it out, you know, time and time again. But yeah, I mean, I had a pretty good finish. I'm happy with it. Get some good points going into the northern swing. Looking forward to that. So, you know, we'll see what we can do.
This Bassmaster Elite Series career seems to be taking off for you. So I just want to take care of something early, because sometimes, you know, we'll get pros that won't correct something for a long time. It'll be weeks. Even Defoe, it took him 3 years to come to us. There was some, I mean, I've always called you Cuphole. And on live, they called you a lot of different Coupole, Coppole. Can you clarify, am I saying it right, they saying it right, or is anybody saying it right so we can get it right?
Well, you can call me anything you want, but the correct pronunciation is Caleb Kufal.
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 None of us were right, just so you know.
Kufal. Yeah. Zona,
Kufal.
He called me the last 2 nights asking how to say it. I don't know if he still got it.
Maybe. I don't know why. I'll say, so why didn't you correct us? You're just that nice a guy. Okay, so give it to me again.
Kufal.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Caleb Kufal. We would have spelt it right, and we will spell it right on the check. There's just one dude. Buddy, how do you feel right now? Just before we bring him out, because in a minute we're going to bring him out. It's going to get crazy. I don't know which one of you is going to win. I never follow it on the final day because I don't want to know. But what's going through your mind, man? You went out in 10th.
Well, they call him Hammerberry for a reason, so I'm sure he's got him. I mean, I did all I could do. I left it on the water. Like I said, it was a blessed day, and I'm ready just to see.
Are you guys ready? Alabama, let's bring out one of your very own. He is the reigning and defending Bassmaster Elite Series Angler of the Year from Alabama, Scott Canterbury. We're going to get 64 pounds and 6 ounces start today. He needs 20 pounds and 3 ounces. 19 pounds, 3 ounces, 19.3, and Buddy Gross rockets all the way from 10th to the top. He is your Bassmaster Elite Series champion. Let's hear it for Scott Canterbury as he makes his way off the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, your DEWALT Bassmaster Elite Series champion, Buddy Gross! Buddy, things are a little different here. Normally, somebody from DEWALT would hand you the trophy. Normally, if not somebody there, maybe Tripp would hand you the trophy. We've all learned over the last number of months what the most important thing we all have. And that's the people we sit down and have dinner with every single night. Those are the people that matter so much to all of us. And we thought, who better to hand that trophy off to you than your family? Let's make it happen. Ladies and gentlemen. The 2020 DEWALT Bassmaster Elite at Eufaula belongs to Buddy Gross. Buddy Gross, your 2020 DEWALT Bassmaster Elite Series champion. Buddy, before you get down there, we got to get you some questions, buddy. Buddy, you are an Elite Series champion. Pictures can happen after. They're not going to go anywhere. Come on, we got to talk to them. People are watching online and they want to know the details, and they especially want to know, Buddy Gross, you are an Elite Series champion in your second Elite Series event. How does that feel?
It feels amazing. I had no idea this was coming. I have worked so hard. My family supported me. We've worked hard to get here. Sorry. It's just
you got nothing crazy to be sorry about, dude.
I tell you, the first day, everybody talks about the ones they lost, but I'm telling you guys, I had a 27-pound bag on the first day, and it got off, and I thought I'd lost the tournament right there. I just kept digging, fought my way back, but I'm going to tell you, I made a giant change on the second day of this tournament. I had been throwing Zoom products, Zoom worms, Zoom trick worm, mag worms. I mean, I threw everything, and I switched over to a jig that's a Nichols jig that we've been experimenting with, trying to make it something that'll stick fish, because I cast so far and you had to stay off these brush piles. I was throwing 80 feet to these brush piles, staying that far off of them, trying to make them not know we're there. So Nicholas has been working with me on this jig. We've got it pretty much perfected, so I'm sure you're going to see it soon. But we make these long casts, and with my hummingbird, I have 360. I can see, I can make that cast on the first shot and hit them. Set the hook, and it took a 7.3 heavy, extra heavy actually, to get them out of the brush. It's just been an amazing deal. My Scottsboro tackle swimmer caught them for 2 days, and then I switched over to the jig, and I promise you it was the best thing I ever did. They would never, most of them I'd have to dig it out of their mouth. That's how much they wanted it. I think it was a great change, and I did not throw white. I was throwing a green pumpkin color, and I think that was all the difference in the world because everybody was throwing shad patterns.
When did you make that? Did you make that color adjustment during the tournament? You didn't start with that, did you?
Honest to goodness, my marshal's standing there. I throwed and the dadgum line broke on my worm and it went out through there somewhere. And when it did, I picked up my jig, and I'm talking about from that moment on, the whole game changed. As soon as it hit a pile, they'd eat it. And so I kind of kept it hid so nobody else would switch up, but I'm telling you guys, that's what won this tournament was that jig.
Unbelievable. Sometimes when things go bad, they're actually going good.
I tried to stay as positive as I could. My family stands behind me. Mom's come down. All my friends, families text. It's been one of the greatest events of my life. My favorite color is blue. I've got a lot of red at home, but now I got a blue one.
Let's hold it up one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Your 2020 DEWALT Bassmaster Elite Eufaula champion, Buddy Gross. The DEWALT Bassmaster Elite at Eufaula belongs to Buddy Gross from 10th to 1st on Championship Saturday.
I don't think I can.
Look at Nanny right there. Thank you, buddy. We're good. Thank y'all.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, crowd. This is awesome, but y'all are all here. Y'all have a wonderful lake. It fishes great. People's nice. Food's great. Can't wait to come back. Down or on the
before you leave. Congratulations, by the way.